there we go. Guys, welcome to Mindset Monday.
Yay!
I have a very special guest with me here today. Um, let's start like this. What's up, creators? Peace and love. My name is Jayde Liz. I was created by the creator to help creators create, and that is what I do. This Mindset Monday, we are talking about rest. Rest is not a luxury. I am joined by Dominique Lundy,
Hey y'all.
my sister from, we got the same, what, great grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my soul sister, my sister cousin. Um, yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. Mindset Monday is about resetting our minds and just going into the week with a refreshed, a renewed mindset and thoughts to think on. So, welcome again. This is going to be very, I don't want to say super informal, but I want this to feel
Like our power hours.
yeah,
Okay.
like just like a chat. It's
Yeah.
just a chat. And you guys feel free to chat with us. I'll be, my notes are down, so if you see me looking down, that's why. But I want to start by saying this. I have been battling with feeling, oops. I've been battling feeling guilty when I am resting because I am in my in between phase. I'm in my building phase of my business, of my rebranding. I am starting to build the momentum again. And so a lot of times I feel like my rest should be the time that I'm resting, I should be doing something else. And we were in Bible study and the concept of the Sabbath, like how we talked about, and the just overall notion that God did the most that he could do in his 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. So I don't know, like, what do you feel about rest? How do you
Yeah.
feel about rest, or what's your story?
So I started a community. It's called Healing Heart Collective, and it is a platform for ambitious people to find rest, to reset, and then go change the world. And the idea behind that is, yes, we should hustle. Yes, we should grind. Yes, we should work. Faith without works is dead. However, God did say, remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. And a lot of people think like, oh, I have to be in church, or oh, I have to, all these performative things. And yes, if that's what helps you rest and reset, definitely do those things. But Jesus showed us, is it better to do good or to do bad on the Sabbath? And the answer to that is obviously to do good. Mm-hmm. And for our bodies, our brains to rest for a day is very helpful for our bodies to, and that rest could be volunteering, or it could be reading, it could be praying, it could be reading the Bible. There's so many things that we could be doing for that day to rest, to reset, so that we can recharge, and the other 6 days we can conquer the world.
Yeah. Rest is definitely important. So wait, I like the idea, or I want to explore the idea of, you said volunteering can be resting.
Yes. And
what's that look like?
I like the idea of volunteering because it is helping others. It's not so much pouring into ourselves, which, yes, self-care is very important and that can be part of rest. But sometimes our bodies or our minds, our spirits, we also need to help others. A lot of times the go, self-striving, self-help, self-motivation, it can become very draining. And what
Mm-hmm.
our bodies actually need is to then pour into others. So like I think of it as like a balloon that's being filled with water, and it's like after a certain point you start feeling stretched, and it's like, okay, let's collapse some of this water into another vessel.
I like that. I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about it like that. But I also, I love that you said that because literally this week, when I tell you, y'all, my brain was going crazy. I felt like I was falling into like a anxious, depressive
Mm.
like cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, I sat down and I had dinner with my my mom, my dad, and my grandmother. And I'm looking around the table and I'm noticing like just little things and different feelings that the others were feeling. And I noticed that whenever I feel stretched and whenever I feel I'm at my limit, I am not paying attention to others.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people that need to be poured into. And sometimes when you're not rested, when your mind is on overload, you forget that other people are in that same space as well. And so instead of shutting down, pouring into others, volunteering, making phone calls, um, not only does it give the other person the help that they might need, but it gives your mind a rest from thinking about yourself and your stress and your stuff.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, in letting that go and focusing on somebody else, things can get resolved.
Yeah, I agree
So,
with that. It's like you are, like you said, you're taking the focus off of yourself and your problems, and a lot of
mm-hmm.
times energy flows where your attention goes. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like if you take your energy or you take your attention off of your problems and you start fixing other people's problems. And when I say fixing other people's problems, I'm not saying like you're gonna change the world in one day or you're superwoman, superman, but it's like, you know, as much as you can, as much as feels comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
then like you said, either you'll have a different perspective and you can actually fix your problems, or you'd be surprised the people that will come and help you.
Yep. And it's like a big cyclical circle.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclical cycle. That's what I was looking for. So, are there any? Did we talk about the concept of the cyber? If we did, um, are there any tips that you have for resting, or um, I don't know, any routines that you have, or things that you put in place? Because you are a mom, you're a mom of two, you're a wife, so I know that that looks different. Um, Resting looks different because it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scheduling is very important. Like most people probably don't think about I have to schedule sleep or I have to schedule rest or I have to schedule, you know, whatever thing that they need to rest or that um, fosters rest. But I find that if I schedule at least an hour a day, so like an hour before the kids get up, I read the Bible, I pray, just that me time, that gets me rejuvenated for the day. And then like actually having a day, like a full day, and I do have kids, so it's not like I can like lock myself in a room and rest for a whole day, but it's more like
Yeah.
today I'm not going to look at my phone as much. I'm going to put my phone away for a couple of hours. I'm going to engage with my kids more intentionally. So like instead of having my 2-year-old in front of YouTube like on the TV, I'm going to dance with him with YouTube, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
just different things that you can sneak into your schedule, or add into your schedule that will make sure that you rest. Because any other thing we schedule, like if we have a meeting, we're going to schedule it. If we have
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, just anything work related, we're going to schedule it in because it's important and it's going to get done. But
Mm-hmm.
rest, it kind of goes to the wayside because we don't put that into our schedules.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny? Thinking about that, I had a coach that made me schedule my sleep times, And the concept is, or the concept was, it is what it is. The concept is that everybody in the world, right? We have one thing in common. We have 168 hours in a week, 24 hours in a day. The the deciphering, or the thing that deciphers the successful people from the unsuccessful people, is what they do with that time and how they schedule it. And I know budgeting is often a concept that comes up a lot. And just like how you budget your money, you can budget your time, and that does look like scheduling. So when you take the time to, like you said, schedule in those times for rest, it really does make a big difference. And I hope that you understand, or that the idea, the seed was planted, that rest does not just have to look like laying down and doing nothing. That sounded so weird.
Something scraping on the ground.
Right? Okay, good. But yeah, rest doesn't have to look like one thing. And I think that's one thing I'm taking away from this conversation, is that when I originally pressed record, I'm thinking of rest as taking a time to just lay out and do nothing. But that's not always rest. Sometimes people don't find that restful. But taking time to like do something else, switch up your mindset where you're not focusing on your main priority goal. You give your brain space to think and be present with where you are, what you are doing. And just, life is stressful, but I think true rest is when you give your mind the opportunity to focus on something else that makes you feel good, that makes you feel relaxed. I think it's very, very toxic. Our society, the American society, is toxic in that we feel like rest needs to be earned. We feel like if you are not where you need to be, that resting, you don't deserve rest, because you need to grind, you need to grind, you need to grind. And I think a trick that our society uses is we grind until we have nothing left, till we have dust. And then by the time we are able to rest, it's not rest, it's forced. You're sick, you're not feeling good, you have ailments, you have heart conditions. And we need to be preventative, and we need to be aware that taking time for rest is not, it's not a luxury. Yeah, it's not a luxury. It's a necessity. You need to rest. You need to take time and space to allow your mind to do whatever it needs to do, and think about whatever it needs to. Anxiety is real. Depression is real. And when we're in those dis-eases, our brain is on overload. It's just on go. And we're on go on the thoughts. Our brain is dwelling on either negative outcomes of the past, or negative outcomes that haven't happened, that probably won't happen in the future. So, guys, we need a rest, and it's okay to rest.
Yeah, and like we've been saying, rest looks different for different people. It doesn't have to be sleep. It could be sleep, but it could be helping others. It could be being in community with others. When I think about the Sabbath, I think about the Jewish culture, the community, and how they'll come together. So I guess it is applauding me. Like, yes, keep going. But I think about like certain cultures where they come together as a family, they come together as a community, and they eat. Like that's rest as well.
That definitely is rest. Oh, I love this. I think I want to do this way more. Have the live up here, Sorry, guys. We're like on live discussing this, but again, we're bumping out the kinks. I think this could be a cool segment. Oh my god, it could be the gems.
I love that. I love that. Second it.
Okay, I love it. I love it too. That's literally us right now.
Oh.
And I love how we're like unplanned color coordinated.
Oh, really?
It's lagged.
Okay.
But guys, please rest. I'm gonna download this. I think I chop it up and make clips on it.
Okay, yeah. Send it to me.
I'm literally watching us, but we're also like live. So it's gonna be like a whole 2 minutes of us just looking down. If there were people in here, I'd be like, guys, where you from? What you doing? But I think in that aspect, we can hop on Instagram. But Instagram's gonna have to be like this.
Okay.
So we have to be smushed like this. Be close to me. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I just hope the big main takeaway is that
Rest is not a luxury.
rest is not a luxury. Okay, you deserve rest. You need rest. That is the only way that you're going to be able to sustain yourself and sustain your life. Shout out to those who are grinding and who are in the grind, but find ways, and that can be our next video, that can be another video, finding ways to take time to rest even in the grind, even in grind mode. There are ways to make it happen. God did not create us to be on go until we die. God is our supply. We don't know lack, and that is my affirmation moving forward. Yes, we see what is out there in the world, but our God is a God of abundance. Our God has been here before. He knows what's happening. He knows like where he needs us to be, and as soon as we keep our eyes steadfast on him, he'll help us to get through every single little thing. Think about it like this. Every issue that you have ever had up until this date that you've gotten through because you're still here, how else did you get through? There's been moments where you did not know how it was going to work, where the money was going to come from, where the help was going to come from, and it came. So use that same trust, even if there was moments of non-trust before. Like, think back to those moments. Use that same proof, that same knowing, because now you know that you made it through. Use that same knowing to move forward and know that God has a plan for you, and his plan is not to run you ragged until you die. So with that being said, thank you for tuning into Mindset Monday. I know it was earlier today. This is just, how it happened to happen. I might go live again tonight just to stop in and say hey, but this is Mindset Monday. My name is Jayde Liz. Again, I was created by the creator to help creators create. Come through. So actually there's 2 events. So I'll talk about mine, and then Diamond can talk about hers. My event was our event because Diamond is the host, but Kingdom Connect is happening January 8th at 6 p.m. in Orange, New Jersey at the House of Faith. It is a creative networking event for Kingdom Creatives. We are looking for artists, we're looking for musicians, singers, rappers, anybody who creates for the kingdom. Tap in, DM me, message me, follow me on Instagram at Jade's Journey _ It's gonna be in the description. Message me, let me know if you know anybody that would be interested in being a part. We would love to have you. And on the 10th,
it's Relax, Reset, Release. And it's, try to say that 10 times fast. It is a resting experience where ambitious people come together. So my overachievers, my go-getters, those people that love the grind, love the hustle, we welcome you to come and rest with us. There's going to be mini massages, facials, candle making. I was going to say candy making. Maybe I'll make that too.
That's
make
cute.
that a thing. But candle making. And we're going to just enjoy each other's company without any performance, no acts of like having to one up the next person or having to collect business cards. Just resting and enjoying life.
That's a perfect ending. So, with that being said, we will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And we will be checking in with you guys soon. I will see you guys. Oh, wow. My finger's all in there. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Why won't it end? It wants us to stay. Oh my gosh.